Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is going to be the first episode of PRISM Reacts, and we're going to be reacting to Keity Pook's choreography in this one. Thanks for watching.
So, shall we get this rolling?
Oh yeah.
Do this.
So it's like,
Well, who are you guys? I don't know. I only know Olivia.
introduce.
Who are we?
Oh yeah, we'll just say who we are. Because you've not seen us before, right? You've not seen all our faces. I'm Rachel. I'm the clarinet player for this particular ensemble. Hi.
And I'm Gavin.
Hi.
I'm the flute player. Lots
Hi.
of flutes. Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Probably a few in the background there. There's always flutes and Gavin's background lying around.
Cool. So obviously we've seen the work that you submitted, which was really, really cool. I really love it. So we wanted to ask, what else do you sort of do and make, or how do you define yourself in what you make and do?
Yeah, I guess if it's a one word, I would say choreographer. That's how I define myself. But and dance maker. I'm really keen to work with any sort of different platform or different mediums, like photo or video in general, as an getting inspired and as my starting point. I enjoy when I'm working with a group of people the most. What describes my practice the most, if I can work with a group of people. Yeah.
I think we like we like working with people too, and that's part of why we did this project, was that even before the sort of the lockdown and this online thing, we'd discussed at length what our group wanted to do and how we wanted to work with loads of different artists, because it's so much more fun to work with people and make things and see what can be brought together, rather than just staying as one sort of aspect of ourselves, and how it would be to work with people. So yeah, I think we've got that similar love of creating and being with people and seeing what happens when when you get together.
Exactly.
The pieces that you sent us, can you give us a little insight into what the processes were and the ideas that went behind them, and why you chose those two videos that you submitted us?
So the one which is in studio, this happened after I think I was already 2 months not being able to see other people really, and already being at home, not really dancing much. And this was the first day I found a studio and I could go and spend a whole day, really 6 hours trying out different things. And I worked with the idea. I was I worked with different things, but one thing which is also there, I started to look different adjectives, how people describe COVID, the virus itself. And then I took these words and tried to put in my movement, for example. One thing I wrote down, it's also in the Instagram, it was be hideously destructive, but insidiously like COVID. So basically hide as much as you can, but still be as destructive you can, but then be very sneaky and somehow transparent. Well, and the second one, the black and white video, when I submitted, this was what I was dreaming of, because this happened last summer in a forest out of middle of nowhere. Really, it was just a swamp house. It was a wood, really a wood house, tree house, right? So I really felt I have access to be inside of the tree, and then what do I do? That's why these two videos, because they were quite contrasting. One was a dream and one was reality.
I think the way we've tackled the two of them actually fit in really well with that. the way we're tackling the light one, we're talking a lot about gesture, and the way we're tackling the dark ones, we're talking a lot more about the space and like trying to create an atmosphere. So I think that must have come across really well for all of us to have latched onto the same idea, which is go team. We know.
I mean, it's so relevant right now, like that feeling of containment, kind of zooming right into these tiny movements, kind of. You see your feet moving and you don't see what direction they're going in. They're just kind of traveling, and the situation, it feels quite like that right now. Just we're moving, but where are we going? It's really hard to see. How about our next one? Actually, that's a nice way to segue. What new things have you learned / made as a result of this situation?
So for me, what the situation did, it just amplified everything. So good things as well, but also like negative things and things you need to really front yourself. And one thing was, I just felt like how much as a person I need something from outside what gives like a bigger structure. But otherwise, it's just wonderful to have time to do nothing, to have time to really have like big breakfast and lunches and dinners and like with your housemates and like all this, like you appreciate just to be with people and to really like have time. I think that was the biggest gift.
I'm gonna need like a week and a half notice before I'm like ready to go out into the real world.
Here's a fun one. So if your art was a location, so it could be a physical place or just like an aspect of the world, where would it be?
All the dark video, which is in this tree house, like this one could work very well in a space, in a inside space, which has opportunity, or somehow you feel that the outside space is also very close. It's just you can see it, or maybe you can even be in both sides in the same time, outside, inside. And I see a lot of different structures, like different materials around. Yeah, somehow like meeting point with artificial materials and natural, like wood materials. Like I feel like some space, it could be anywhere. It could be in London, it could be wherever, but space which you really feel the presence of nature, I guess. And the second word, like I really like this place in Limehouse. It's like the Thames comes very large, and you can see like 360-degree everywhere.
Wow.
Our last question is the weirdest question, I think.
Keity!
Yes.
I can't see.
Oh, she's there. She's there.
The camera isn't on.
My grandma is calling me again. I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tell us like a fun experience or a fun story from any part of your life. Just any random entertaining story.
Like the recent one, which was yesterday, I think. Well, I spoke with my mom at phone, and someone called me in the same time, like now. But then I was like, "Oh, mom, someone is calling." So maybe I wanted to do the COVID test, because just to be sure, like how like if I'm all right and everything. And I was calling back immediately, and then it ended up that it was police, and I called back to police who was checking me if I'm at home and what I'm doing and do I feel fine. So then we had like a very nice chat about how I'm feeling.
This is a wholesome police service.
Yeah, it was like a normal number, really.
We've nearly finished this little online series, so it'll be interesting.
Amazing.
I think this has been a good experience for us artistically.
Yeah.
We've had to learn how to communicate, like
Organize
across distance and be organized. Yeah. our admin skills have gone way up.
So exciting to hear all this, and
Oh, yeah.
so nice to meet you, all of you too.
You too.
Oh, so nice to see you. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.